Have you ever wondered what lurks in the deepest corners of human imagination? From ancient tales whispered around campfires to epic poems that have shaped cultures, humanity has always been fascinated by creatures of immense power. Today, we're diving deep into mythology to uncover the most powerful beings ever conceived. Get ready, because we're counting down the titans, the gods, and the monsters that could shatter worlds. Let's kick things off with a creature that embodies the very essence of chaos and destruction, the Hydra. Imagine this. You're a legendary hero, you approach a murky swamp, and rising from the water is a serpentine monster. But it doesn't just have one head, it has 9, and one of them is immortal. You summon your courage, draw your sword, and slice one off. Victory? Not quite. In its place, 2 more sprout, hissing and snapping. The Hydra's poisonous breath could fell an army, and its blood was so toxic it could poison water sources for miles. Defeating this regenerating nightmare, as Hercules found out, wasn't just about strength. It required a stroke of genius. It represents an enemy that grows stronger from your attacks, a truly terrifying concept. Moving from the swamps of Greece to the frozen peaks of Norse mythology, we encounter Fenrir. This isn't just any wolf. Fenrir is a harbinger of doom, a creature destined to bring about the end of the world. He's the son of the trickster god Loki, and his strength grew at such an alarming rate that even the gods of Asgard were terrified. They tried to bind him, first with a massive chain, which he snapped like a thread, then with an even stronger one, which he also broke with ease. Finally, they had to resort to magic, crafting a ribbon, Gleipnir, made from impossible things like the sound of a cat's footfall and the breath of a fish. Even then, Fenrir only agreed to be bound if a god would place their hand in his mouth as a sign of trust. The god Tyr made that sacrifice and lost his hand when the magical fetter held fast. Fenrir is raw, untamable power, a force of nature so great that his freedom signals Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods, where he is fated to devour Odin the Allfather himself. Next, let's soar into the heavens of East Asia to meet the dragon, or Long. But forget the treasure-hoarding, fire-breathing beasts of Western lore. The Eastern dragon is a divine, benevolent creature, a composite of 9 different animals, symbolizing its mastery over the entire natural world. They are the rulers of water and weather, commanding the rivers, the seas, and the rains. An angry dragon could unleash devastating floods, while a pleased one could bring life-giving showers to crops. They are symbols of power, luck, and imperial authority, often depicted chasing a flaming pearl which represents wisdom and spiritual energy. They can fly without wings, shift their shape, and travel between the mortal and spirit realms. Their power isn't just destructive, it's the power of creation, of control over the fundamental forces that govern life. To have a dragon on your side was to have the favor of the cosmos itself. Now, let's journey to ancient Persia and the dualistic world of Zoroastrianism to confront the primordial dragon, Azzi-Dahaka. This is no benevolent spirit. Azzi-Dahaka is described as a 3-headed, 3-mouthed, 6-eyed monstrosity whose body is filled with lizards, scorpions, and other venomous creatures. Created by the spirit of destruction, Angra Mainyu, his sole purpose was to extinguish all life and goodness from the world. Legend says that when he was wounded instead of blood, vile creatures crawled out from his cuts. He was so terrifying and powerful that he couldn't be killed. The hero who defeated him could only imprison him, chaining him within a mountain, where he will remain until the end of the world, when he will break free to wreak havoc one last time. Azzi-Dahaka represents a pure, unadulterated evil, a being of absolute destructive potential. From a being of pure evil, let's turn to one of pure, unblemished good, the phoenix. This magnificent fire-colored bird, found in mythologies from Greece to Egypt and China, is the ultimate symbol of rebirth and immortality. Its power isn't in combat, but in its cyclical nature. After living for 1,000 years, the phoenix builds itself a nest of spices, sets it ablaze, and is consumed in the flames. But from the ashes, a new young phoenix arises, reborn to live another long life. Its tears were said to have the power to heal any wound, and its song was so beautiful it could give courage to the pure of heart and strike fear into the wicked. The phoenix's power is the power of eternity, of hope, and the idea that even from complete destruction, life can begin anew. It's an unconquerable spirit because it can never truly be defeated. Now, we must venture into the mind-bending world of H.P. Lovecraft, a modern mythos, to face a being whose power is simply incomprehensible. Cthulhu. Lying in a death-like sleep in his submerged city of R'lyeh in the South Pacific, Cthulhu is a great old one, a cosmic entity that is part octopus, part dragon, and part human caricature. His power isn't physical in the way we understand it. It's psychic. He broadcasts his thoughts, which drive mortals to insanity. His very existence is a violation of the laws of nature. The idea is that humanity is an insignificant speck in a vast, uncaring cosmos, and beings like Cthulhu are so far beyond us that even looking at them could shatter our minds. He's not just powerful, he's a living representation of existential dread, the fear of the vast, unknown, and the power of things we can't possibly understand. Let's return to the cradle of civilization, Mesopotamia, and face Tiamat, the primordial goddess of the ocean. In the Babylonian creation myth, the Enuma Elish, Tiamat is the mother of all. Initially, she is a creative force, mingling her salt waters with the fresh waters of her consort, Apsu, to give birth to the first generation of gods. But when these younger gods become too loud and kill her husband, her grief turns to monstrous rage. She becomes the ultimate force of chaos, creating an army of 11 horrifying monsters to wage war on her own descendants. She was a dragon of the sea, a being of such immense scale and fury that the gods were powerless against her. It took the rise of Marduk, the new king of the gods, who, armed with the 4 winds and a mighty bow, had to battle her to the death. After vanquishing her, he split her body in 2 to create the heavens and the earth. Tiamat's power is foundational. She is the chaotic, untamed origin of the universe itself, a force that had to be conquered and ordered to create the world we know. Finally, we arrive at a being from Hindu mythology, whose scale of power is almost impossible to grasp: the Trimurti. This isn't a single creature, but a trinity of supreme divinity, the cosmic functions of creation, maintenance, and destruction personified. You have Brahma, the creator, who brings the universe into existence. Then there is Vishnu, the preserver, who maintains cosmic order and righteousness, often descending to earth in various avatars, like Rama or Krishna, to restore Dharma. And finally, there is Shiva, the destroyer, who brings about the end of the universe to allow for its recreation, clearing the way for a new cycle. Their collective power is absolute and cyclical. They don't just operate within the universe, they are the universe's operating system. The power to create everything from nothing, sustain it for eons, and then dissolve it back into nothingness is the ultimate expression of power, operating on a scale that dwarfs every other creature on our list. The Trimurti represents the eternal, unending dance of existence itself. From the regenerating Hydra to the cosmic dance of the Trimurti, these mythical creatures represent our attempts to personify the greatest forces we can imagine: chaos, destiny, nature, evil, hope, the unknown, and the very cycle of creation and destruction. They are more than just monsters. They are mirrors reflecting our deepest fears and our highest aspirations. Which of these beings do you think is the most powerful? Or is there another one we missed? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear which legends capture your imagination. Thank you so much for joining me on this mythological journey. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure into the world of myths and legends. Until next time, stay curious.